Good morning, everybody. This is a recording for Saturday, April 12th, 2025. Buds unfold to early flowers, and we have seen so many beautiful little flowers here in the south of France. The morning focus is our earthly mother. Hold a flower bud as you meditate. Appreciate it and yourself. Meditation. Mother, in this season of the flowers, I bow to you in humble awe. The brilliant colors of my blossoms are growing now, soon to be fruit. I feel the need to give to you for all that you have given to me. And though the moment is not yet right, one day my fruit will yield its seed to your sweet earth. Today I will bring my spirit of humility to my spiritual practices. And my feelings are that of gratitude, that of joy, getting to go to the grotto and see Magdalene, getting to have the experience and the triumph of walking 1.1 miles up the side of a mountain. That was extraordinary. And then, of course, the journey back, knowing that I cut my time down was also wonderful. I made it up in just a little over an hour, and I made it back down in about 45 minutes. It's quite a journey to be had, but there's definitely a feeling of joy for having accomplished it. Alrighty, and now we are in lesson 102 of A Course in Miracles. I share God's will for happiness for me. And here is Magdalene's channeled message. Greetings, beloved ones. As God created and manifested all that exists, it was done with an act of love so profound, so vast, that God was granting all beingness the ability to experience what it is to love and what it is to create. A sharing so deep and so vast, so profound, that it was done with love, and it was done with happiness, and it was done with joy. And what was created was a holy countenance, a holy aspect of creation. In each being, beloveds, is a fulfillment of this act of creation. For you to connect with the aspect of yourself, you need only look towards your happiness. Look for what it is that you are grateful for in your lives. And what you can find is that there is a gratitude to be found in each and every instance. Gratitude for life, gratitude for breath, gratitude for love, gratitude for the generosity that God has bestowed upon us through the very act of creation. You yourself are an embodiment of the creativity and the love that God is. So, in fulfillment of this exercise today, beloveds, know that your one function is indeed happiness. Happiness is found in unmaking all of the beliefs and all of the feelings and all of the emotions that have led you to experiencing anything other than pure joy. For in an instance, when you find yourself caught in feelings of guilt or shame, feeling that another has somehow persecuted you, that another is to blame for the circumstances of your life, find instead gratitude. For this is being brought to you as a lesson to redirect your course so that you come back to the truth of you, come back to the truth of your life, come back to the truth of the magic that you are. If you could look upon each circumstance in each existent moment as something that says, there is more that is available for you, beloved one, try looking over here. If you could let yourself do the opposite of everything that you have done. If you have always turned right, indeed, turn to the left. If you have always said no, indeed, find yourself saying yes. And on the contrary, if you've always found yourself saying yes, see what it would be like to say no. If you have always been upset, see what it would be like to find forgiveness. If you have always been mad, see what it would be like to find joy and gratitude. If you have always been frustrated, see what it would be like to find peace. Let things be opposite than the way that you have always known them to be, beloveds. And in these opposite extremes, you may indeed find the truth that you seek, the love that you seek. For happiness is yours, for it is your birthright. For you to allow yourself to find it, to find this sense of joyousness, to find this sense of peace, is indeed a gift that was bestowed upon you at the moment of creation. So look for and find, beloveds, that which you truly seek, which is the truth of you, the truth of all beingness, and in it you will find joy. and in it you will find love, a love of self that is gracious, a love of self that brings life. Here you will find your miracles as you shift from a perspective that is fear to one that is love. For that is the embodiment of all beings. Allow yourself to see the love, allow the miracle to be revealed, and allow yourself to know that your function is indeed of being happy. Find that happiness and share that happiness, beloveds, and know that our blessings are with you always, in all that you do, in all that you think, in all that you speak, and all that you are. With the will of God, will yourself to see and find and experience your own happiness, beloved ones. That is indeed your salvation and your truth. We love you, and we will speak with you again. Mm, Okay. Ooh, I love this lesson. I share God's will for happiness. Beloved ones, beloveds, there will be a moment within your consciousness when you come to understand that you have willed everything that you experience into manifestation. For the only way for you to have experienced anything, for you to know something, for you to understand something, is that you have brought it forth to yourself through a process of manifestation, through a process of creation, by use of right will. And yet you look upon the world and you were trained and you were taught that there are things that are outside of you. There are things that you are disconnected from. There are people that do not belong in your life. There are circumstances that should not be. There are things that you have thought and believed, beloveds, that are not the truth. And one thing that you must know is that all that God has ever willed for all of creation is for creation to have the experience of what it is to create as God has created. And yet, one looks upon the world and thinks, I had nothing to do with this circumstance. I had nothing to do with how this turned out. This is not the way that I wanted it to be. But yet, beloveds, the freedom comes from the power of knowing that everything that you have that is in your existence, you have willed into creation. So if you have willed something into creation, a certain circumstance, and you say, I no longer will it to be this way, you can will it to be something else. Happiness is a choice, beloveds. It is something that you will into existence. So if you have a particular relationship and you say, I am not happy with the way that this is, you must allow yourself to trace back the breadcrumbs for where it is that you chose for this relationship to exist as it does. And this then gives you the clue of the choice point in which you said, you made a decision, beloveds. You have a justification for why something is a certain way, and you can allow yourself to undo it. Allow yourself to say, Source, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, all that is, guidance, teachers, loved ones, show me what it is to be happy. And what you may begin to see, beloveds, is all the circumstances in which you are not, for they need to be undone. They are as if a knot has been put in of the string of manifestation and creation. And you need to undo the knot, beloved, and allow for the manifestation to be that of happiness. This is all within your purview. This is all within your sense of self-responsibility, beloveds. This is your birthright, your divine and beloved birthright. So we ask for each of you, beloved ones, to begin to take an inventory of where it is that you say that you are miserable. And could you allow yourself to find happiness and joy instead? We know the answer to this, beloveds, and it is now your turn to find out. We love you, we appreciate you, and truly we are always with you, beloved ones. And indeed we shall speak with you again. Blessings to you, our precious being. Thank you all so much for being here. Much love. We'll see you again tomorrow.